Hey guys, welcome back to our urban homestead. My name is Chelsea. If you're seeing me for the first time, hello and welcome. Everyone that's been here a while, welcome back. Welcome back to the kitchen. So I'm gonna do some black-eyed peas. I'm gonna be canning those up today, and I'm gonna show you the best cornbread recipe you've ever had in your life. So we were gonna have black-eyed peas, ham steaks, and cornbread for dinner. Went to the pantry, was getting all my stuff set out, and I realized I only had 2 black-eyed peas on the shelf, and I might as well just restock the pantry with what I'm going to use. So I thought I would show you how I can mine. They're so delicious and very simple to do. So let's get on into the canning. I'm sure everyone has their own recipes for canning or making black-eyed peas. I'm just gonna share with you how I like to do mine. I'm gonna start by putting a little roasted chicken base in the bottom. If you have ham base, I would totally use that, but I don't have any of that. Adding that chicken base is just gonna really give them a lot of great flavor. Next, I'm gonna add some onion. Sometimes I add celery as well. Just depends on my mood, I guess, and today I'm not in the mood to do that, so. That was just 1 medium onion divided between these 10 pint jars. I've got some chunked up ham here that was in the freezer that I pulled out, and I'm going to divide this amongst the pints as well. This is just going to add some great flavor. Having black-eyed peas canned up like this on your shelf is just such a great thing to have. It makes for a super quick meal, you know, just pop a couple jars open. Have some cornbread and there you go. You got literally a wonderful, delicious meal. I'm just adding a little bit of pepper to each one. I'm not gonna add salt because that ham has salt in it, and also that chicken base is pretty salty. So no added salt, just some pepper. And then I have the black-eyed peas here. These have been washed and sorted through, and I'm gonna add a 1/2 cup to each jar. These have not been soaked, they've just been rinsed and gone through to pick out any bad ones or any rocks or anything like that. Now I'm gonna fill the jars with water up to the 1-inch headspace mark. As always, you want to make sure that you go and debubble to get out those air pockets. Do you guys like black-eyed peas? We love them. I was hoping for like an easy dinner. That's why I was just gonna make some cornbread. But you know, can't be low on these kind of convenience items on my pantry shelf. Now I'm going to wipe the rims well. I'm gonna use my 4 jars lids, put those on, the bands on fingertip tight, and I'll be back. So this is a cold canning method. So I've got the water in my canner already, and I'm gonna double stack these. I'm gonna put 5 on the bottom and 5 on the top. Second goes in. Put the lid on. You always want to make sure that you can see through your vent valve. You want to always make sure and check that your plugs and pressure valve are in good working order. Turn the heat on. I do mine, I start out at around medium high because you don't want to crank it on full blast. You're gonna risk breaking a jar, and that would be no bueno. So I'm gonna let this come up to temperature and I'll be back. So now my canner is venting. I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes. This is probably one of the most important steps in the canning process, and a lot of people skip it or think they don't have to do it. So if you're a new canner, beans is one of the best, easiest ways to like get your, feet wet, so to speak, when it comes to canning. It's very easy to do, great to have on your pantry shelf, and I highly recommend you try it. But don't skip the venting process. It's super, super important. So once this timer goes off, I'm gonna put my weight on. Look up your altitude at what poundage per pressure you should be using. And then once it starts jiggling really hard, I'm going to turn the heat down till it gets like a nice slow hula motion. And these are gonna process for 75 minutes. If you are doing quarts, you would need to do it for 90 minutes. And then after that time is up, turn off the canner, let it cool down completely, all on its own. Don't try to push the little pressure valve down to make it go faster. It's just gonna be, you're gonna have a lot of siphoning and all your work will be for nothing. So there's that. And now let's get on to the cornbread recipe, you guys. So this recipe calls for buttermilk, and I don't know about you, I don't keep buttermilk on hand because it is expensive, but you can easily make buttermilk with just regular milk and a tablespoon of lemon juice. So I have 1 cup of regular milk. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of lemon juice to it and let that sit. By the time everything else comes together, it'll be ready to use. So you need to start with adding dry ingredients into a bowl, and that is 1 cup of cornmeal, 1 cup of flour. You guys, don't buy Jiffy cornbread mix. It's so easy to make and it tastes so much better. Let's see, we need a teaspoon of baking powder. I will try really hard to remember to type the recipe in the description box for you guys. Teaspoon of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, maybe. A pinch of salt, just whisk that all together. Now in this bowl, I'm going to add 1/3 of a cup of sugar and a little bit of molasses. If you have brown sugar on hand, just use 1/3 of a cup of brown sugar. But this is how I make brown sugar. This is a stick of butter that was melted and then cooled. And then 2 tablespoons of honey. I'm going to whisk this together till it's nice and creamy. One egg. Recipes like these are so easy and so important to know how to do. You know, cooking from scratch is something very important. If it's not a skill set that you have, I suggest you work on it. It's super easy. Anyone can cook, guys. And then that cup of buttermilk. Then you're gonna pour the wet into the dry. And mix this together. Don't over mix it though. Just want to kind of mix it till it comes together nicely. Just like that. Perfect. I cook mine in a cast iron skillet. You can certainly do it in a regular baking dish if you want. So this has been greased. My oven is at 400 degrees. Spread that out, and then this is going to cook for 20, or bake for 20 minutes. All right, here are the black-eyed peas, and Look at that cornbread. Let's give it a taste. This cornbread turns out perfect every single time. It's moist and delicious. And you've seen just how easy it was to throw together. No time at all. Look at that beautiful golden brown on the top and the bottom. Nice and tender, moist. And so delicious. I hope you enjoyed these recipes. Try the cornbread recipe, you guys. You'll never buy a box again. You just won't. It's delicious every single time. So thanks for spending some of your day with me in the kitchen. I appreciate it. And until next time, guys, abundance and blessings to you. Bye-bye.